Hello, my name is Father Peter Gadalla. I'm a Jesuit from U.S. Central and Southern Province. I'm also a Coptic Catholic priest. I study at the Biblicum. I'm doing graduate studies in Old Testament. I come here today to talk with you about Good Friday, meditation on Good Friday. And I have 3 points that I would like to invite us to meditate on. The first point is Passover, the Jewish Passover. The second point is our sacraments, our liturgy. And the third point is cultural memory. In the story of the Passover in Exodus 12, the Lord invites the Jewish people to celebrate a liturgy, a meal. The Jewish people this year, almost every year, they celebrate this liturgy on Good Friday. It's a Passover celebration as well for the Jewish people. But if you look at Exodus 12 and the rituals of the celebration of the Passover, you notice a very striking dialogue. A child comes to the parent who's celebrating the liturgy, the meal, the Passover, and asks, why are we doing this? And the answer is because the Lord freed us from the slavery of Egypt, and we passed over to freedom and worshiping the Lord. But the answer through history, through the generations, through the centuries and millennia, is in the first person. So it's not like our ancestors were freed from slavery in Egypt. I was freed, you were freed. This is also, we can find the same way of dialogue, of including oneself in salvation history in our liturgies. In the baptism, it's the person who dies and resurrects with Christ. Going through the water and coming out in resurrection. In the liturgy of Saint Gregorian University in the Coptic Catholic Church, which I belong to, his Eucharistic prayer recites all of the salvation history, which is, I would say, close to Eucharistic prayer number 4 for the Roman Church, but in the first person. From the beginning, I disobeyed in the garden, but you never left me. You came for me. And so on, and up until the very end, up until the cross, you have bore this cross for me. The Gospel of St. John has the same attitude. St. John never mentions his name. He always calls himself the beloved disciple. It's an invitation that you become the beloved disciple under the cross, standing next to Mary and witnessing Christ. You're the witness. And that brings me to the third point, which is the concept of cultural memory. To be a Jewish person, it's not enough to just belong to the people who 2,000 years ago have been liberated. No. To be a Jewish person is to be formed and to define oneself according to this memory by celebrating the ritual. So it's I who witness to God's saving power that freed me from slavery to freedom. And it's not different for Christians. What we celebrate during Mass, during Holy Liturgy, we are under the feet of the cross, in reality, not just we're remembering something we're remembering in a way that I am under the cross. It's I who, being under the cross and witnessing the resurrection of Christ, defines who I am. And because of this experience, I become a witness. We are witnesses to God's saving power. I'm being liberated from the powers of selfishness, but the powers of evil in the world, to the freedom to be a son of God, to love, to truly love. A son and daughter of God. But also this experience invites us to see similar experiences of scapegoating. Jesus was a scapegoat. He was put on the cross as a scapegoat, just like the lamb in Exodus. To see different experience of people who are poor, marginalized, even in ourselves when we are oppressed or suffer, to recognize the experience of Christ on the cross in these experiences, and witness to the glory of God that comes from the resurrection. So it's a dark moment, but as a witness to the resurrection of Christ, even in this dark moment, we should have hope, faith, and overall, most of all, love. Love for the others, love for oneself, and love for the Lord who freed me from this. Amen.